Good morning, students. Welcome back to biology classes. So today I'm just going to continue with the microorganisms, how they are useful and harmful. In last classes, particularly from this chapter, that is from microorganisms up to bacteria or viruses, whatever it is, the microorganisms, how they are useful, that concept is completed. So in that chart, in that part of the video, what Madam has explained is how that microorganisms are useful in different categories, like in industries, as well as in agriculture field, as well as in food preparation, in different manner. Not only in that, how they are useful in cleaning of the environment. In all the areas, the microorganisms are also playing a key role. So they are also useful to the human beings. So in this video, we are going to discuss about how the microbes are harmful to us, what they are causing, what is the effect caused by the microorganisms. That is we are going to discuss now. So as we know that microorganisms are not only useful, they are also harmful. They are also harmful to us. So how they are harmful? So these microorganisms are harmful not only to the human beings, they are also harmful to the plants and also other animals. In what way? By causing diseases to the animals, plants and human beings. At the same time, they also causes the spoiling of the food. Extra food or excess food or crops or poultry farm, whatever it is, the food industries we have, they are also going to be affected by means of these microorganisms. That's what the microorganisms are going to harm, the damage to the life of the human beings or plants and other animals. Now, if you observe, the microbes which are causing the harmful, they are called as pathogens. So, the disease causing microorganisms, what they are called? Pathogens. So, what are pathogens means? The disease causing microorganisms. They are called as pathogens or also called as germs. So, the disease causing microorganisms, what they are called? Pathogens or germs. See, the pathogens which is causing the effect to the life of the earth, they are in two ways. The effect which is caused is in two ways. So what are the effect is caused is, one is disease and another one is food. So in these two are most affected and which is causing damage. So what is affected? In what way microorganisms are affecting is, one is causing disease and another way is spoiling of food. They cause spoiling of the food, they damage the food. In these two ways, the pathogens are causing the effect to the human beings. Now, we are going to discuss about the disease. How the pathogens are causing disease to us. See here, the pathogens, whatever it is causing disease, they should be transferred from one person to the another person or from one living being to another living being until that they do not cause the disease. So, the disease that are transferring from one sick person or patient to the healthy person, that kind of diseases are called as communicable diseases. What do they are called? Communicable diseases. So, these communicable diseases are also called as contagious disease. What do they are called? Communicable disease. And these are also called as contagious diseases. Means what is this communicable disease or contagious disease means? They are easily transferred from patient or the affected or infected person to the healthy person. For example, if I got cold, if I sneeze in the classroom, entire students are going to be affected.
That is from infected person to the healthy person, the disease is transferring. This kind of transferring of disease from infected person to the healthy person, that kind of diseases are called communicable diseases or contagious diseases. See here, the disease without transferring to the healthy person, they do not cause any effect to our body. So for the transfer of disease from infected person to the healthy person, there are different methods are there. So what are the different methods which the disease can transfer? See, this communicable diseases can be transferred from infected person to the healthy person by means of air. So the diseases that transfers from infected person to the healthy person through the air, that kind of diseases are called as airborne diseases. What do they are called? Airborne diseases. So through the air, airborne diseases are transferring. See, under that, through the air, what are the diseases can be transferred? How they can be transferred? See, for example, tuberculosis or TB. So tuberculosis is the lungs disease. When the person is cough or sneeze, that bacteria, especially tuberculin bacteria, or when we sneeze or cough, that bacteria is released or added into the air by means of droplets in the form of saliva droplets which are spilled into the air. So if healthy person breathe that air, the bacteria is transferred to the healthy person. So here what is happening here? By cough, by sneeze. During this time, infected person causes the adding of the pathogen into the environment, that is into the air. So healthy person, if he is breathing the air, that is transferred. In this way, the diseases can be transferred through the air. So under that we can take some of the examples like common cold. Common cold, as we know that it is also airborne disease which can be easily transferred from one person to the another person. That is airborne disease, and the diseases can also be transferred through the water and food. So if any disease that can be transferred through the water and food, they are also called as waterborne and foodborne diseases. So, through the water. Diseases that are transferred by means of water. So, especially during rainy season, as we have seen everywhere the water is stagnant, means water is staying. So, this is causes if suddenly the water supplying system is damaged. This rainwater is going to be leaked into the supplying water that we are going to collect through the tap, and which is causing the waterborne diseases. So, waterborne diseases like hepatitis, cholera, and also we can see that typhoid. So these are some of the waterborne diseases that can be transferred through the polluted water. That is waterborne diseases, and the diseases also can be transferred by means of insects through the insects. So the diseases also can be transferred through the insects. So here what is happening here? The insects, whichever it is, what is happening here? They are helpful in transfer of disease from one person to another person. So what is happening here? These insects, they are carrying the germs or pathogens, and they are carrying to us, and that causes disease. For example, Anopheles mosquito. So Anopheles mosquito, mosquito which carries the malaria causing germs, that is protozoa. They are transferred from pigs to the human beings where the pathogen is transferred and whichever they are going to be affected. So that is what we can see anopheles, that is causing. And also Aedes mosquito. So Aedes mosquito is causing, this Aedes mosquito causing dengue fever. In this way we can see that the diseases are also transferred by means of insects. Through the animals also disease can transfer. Rabies. If dog bites, what is happening here? The rabies is the disease that is causing. That is also dog animal causing disease. Rat also causes plague. In this way we can see that the animals are also causing to transfer disease from one person to the another person, and that going to healthy person is affected. And we have seen that the diseases are also transferring from wounds and cuts. If unfortunately if we fall, we can see that damage to our body parts, that is wound. So through the wound also diseases can be transferred. Cuts and wounds. So through the cuts and wounds, the disease also transferring from one person to the another person. So tetanus. So tetanus is the disease that is transferring through the cuts and wounds. In this way we can see that the diseases are also transferring through the cuts and wounds. In this way the diseases are caused because of the microorganisms which are called as pathogens. That is transferring from infected person to the healthy person. That kind of diseases are called communicable diseases. So, some of the diseases and what are the method of transferring and what are the precautions we have to follow is mentioned in this table. Now, see, if you observe in this table, so some of the human diseases that are caused by the microbes here I have written. So, what are the disease and how they are transferred? See, here, this tabular column is divided according to the mode of transferring. How they are transferring? In that method, this table is written. So, first, tuberculosis is lungs disease generally caused by means of bacteria and which is transferred through the air. And measles, and which is caused by the virus and transferred by means of air. Chicken pox, that also caused by the virus and by the air and contact. And polio is one of the viral disease that is transferred through the air and contact. And the most which we are going to be seeing now is corona. That is also viral disease. That is also caused by means of air and contact. So, whatever it is the diseases that are transferred from one person to another person, these airborne diseases, for these all the things we have to take common precaution. That is, what is the common precaution we have to take is, keep the patient in the complete isolation. Now what for corona, what we are doing for the patient? Isolation. They are sending to the COVID center or quarantine. What we are saying, that is isolation of the patient. That is we have to do and keep the person belonging to the patient away. What we are doing? We are not able to touch. We should not touch the things of the infected person. And also, what is the precaution under that? Vaccination is a treatment, but for corona still the vaccination is not possible because of the invention of vaccine is taking time. That is what the airborne diseases are like tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, polio, and nowadays which is the most popular disease is corona and which is also one of the viral disease. All of the diseases are transferred through the air. And what is the common precaution is isolation of the patient, and keeping the things away from the people, and vaccination is the treatment for that person. That is why airborne diseases and cholera. Cholera, it is a bacterial disease and which is transferred to the water and food. And typhoid also bacterial disease. Hepatitis also viral disease, and these are commonly transferred by means of water. And what is the precaution we have to follow is maintain personal hygiene. Personally, we have to maintain clean and neat, that is, and good sanitation. That is what we are doing now. If you go out after coming back to home, we are using sanitizer to hand wash. Is it or not? That is we have to follow. And next, consume properly cooked food. Properly cooked food is always good to the health. And boiled drinking water is also one of the best way to protect ourselves from any diseases, and vaccination is the treatment for these. And next, malaria. It is a protozoan disease. Malaria is a protozoan disease and which is transferred by means of mosquito. Anopheles mosquito is transferring these protozoa. And what is the precaution we have to follow for this is mosquito net. Net we have to use, and repellents, that is insects not to enter into a house. We have to use some precautions like repellents, or we are using that nets or all also what we are using. And spray the insecticides we have to use, and control the breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. Especially in rainy season, we can see that the stagnant water in surroundings. Water should not allow to stagnate in our surroundings. Why? Because that is breeding home for many disease causing agents. That's what we should not allow water to stagnate in our surroundings. In this way, we can see that various diseases in human beings that are caused by the pathogens. So, which we can call them as communicable diseases. What are they called? Communicable diseases. So, this is about the diseases in human beings. Next class, we will discuss about the diseases in animals and in some plants, that we will discuss in next class.